All right, I'll call the meeting to order. If we could all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call, please.
Mrs. Bloom? Here. Ms. Lehman?
Here.
Ms. Lewis?
Here.
Mr. Nally?
Here.
Mr. Price?
Here. Can I get a motion to approve our minutes from the regular meeting held on July 13th, 2026, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Lewis. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Bloom. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom? Yes. Ms. Lehman?
Yes.
Mr. Nally?
Yes.
Mr. Price?
Yes, motion's approved. Moving on to our legislative report.
With the legislature in recess, I have nothing this evening.
Thank you. No walk-on items tonight.
No, sir.
No one from the community here to talk to the board. So we will move on to our superintendent's report.
Fabulous. Thank you. Good evening to everyone. Before I introduce Mr. Boss and turn this over to him, because he's going to share some highlights and some changes for our student handbooks with you this evening in our community, I would just like to take a moment just to reshare the information of the tax-free weekend that is coming up August 7th to the 9th. So that will be in front of our next board agenda. So I just wanted to make sure that we shared that information out with our entire community. We have shared that through Parent Square with our immediate families, just to really trying to get all that information out. I know that there's also some information on Facebook. So we just want to make sure that our families and our community are taking advantage of that tax-free shopping weekend and get those items that they may need for back to school things when they can have a little bit of a discount for them. I think that that's important. And a change to that this year, there's only one weekend. Last year, there were 2 weekends bookending. So that was a change that the state made. So just want to make sure that our families see that from August 7th to the 9th. Moving on, I would like to introduce Mr. Boss. Jim Boss is our Director of Student Services, and he is with us this evening to share a few things about our student handbooks that will be approved hopefully this evening later in our agenda. Welcome, Mr. Boss. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Hurt, Ms. Parkhurst, members of the board. Thanks for having me. I told Mr. Price that I'd be brief tonight. I know it's late
Clock is
July
ticking.
meeting. Yep, I already know. I felt it. I saw you push the button. No, I'm excited just to share the fruits of our labor as it pertains to our student handbooks this year. And I'd be remiss if I didn't throw a shout out to our building principals and assistant principals who do an incredible job of kind of tracking throughout the year the different pieces and parts of these handbooks that they may want to change going into next year. So we got together with them in April, sat down, had good meetings at both the middle and high school level and also at the elementary, and just talked through some of their ideas for changes. I mean, these student handbooks guide the day-to-day process in our buildings. So it's got to be something that's functional, that works, that makes sense. So I do really appreciate their input on that. While I won't go through all of the changes with you tonight, I did want to take an opportunity to point out a few of the bigger changes that our parents and our students and our community will see. The first one is a direct result of state legislation from House Bill 96. The state updated attendance, kind of an overhaul of attendance policy at the state level, which has trickled down into our policies that you've seen recently come through for approval. But ultimately, the shift in attendance at the state level and for our district is moving more towards an intervention-based, supportive-based model. So in the past, it's maybe been a little bit heavier-handed, a little bit more punitive, and not that those consequences for non-attendance don't still exist, But the goal is to build in that intervention model in the same way that we have a reading intervention or we have a math intervention for our students. Now we have an attendance intervention process. So as you look through our handbooks, you're going to notice kind of a tiered system, which really is what we wanted to model it off of because it does align with our other tiered systems of support here. I think the big thing for our students and our community to understand is one of the major shifts is that all hours of missed instruction, excused, unexcused, at a doctor, on a vacation, whatever it is, all of those hours now count toward chronic absenteeism. And in the same breath, the state is now requiring us to let parents know earlier when their student has reached a threshold of hours. So historically, we've let families know at 10%. So if you miss 10% of your hours, we would let you know with a letter. A change for next year is going to be that we're going to be notifying families at 5% of total instructional hours missed. And that can come pretty quickly. At the K-6 level, it's about 45 hours. High school level, that's about 50 hours. You do the math on that, 7 or 8 missed days of school. So that letter will come home in a supportive way, let us know how we can support you and your family to improve attendance. At the end of the day, we know that we need students in our seats in order for them to benefit, maximize their benefit from the instruction that's being provided here, allow them a chance to keep connections with teachers, keep connections with friends and peers and classmates. So the big picture on this change is going to be all of our hours of instruction are important. Our goal is going to be continuing to reinforce that with families and students to make sure that they're here every day benefiting from the great things happening here at Fremont City Schools. So you'll see that in here, kind of a major overhaul in both handbooks, and it should mirror, it'd be identical in both handbooks as well. Our process is going to be the same. We'll have a lot of involvement of our social workers in that process. We're honestly blessed to have some unbelievable staff here who do an amazing job working with our families to support attendance here. And that's going to be even more so going into next school year. So that's the attendance shift. And that's probably the biggest piece that you'll see as far as a change goes in the student handbook. A couple of other items that I'd just call your attention to. One is a policy that has previously come before the board, has officially made it into our student handbooks, and that's policy IKAB, and that's going to be how often we're reporting grades home to students. In the past, we've been reporting 8 times per year, so every quarter and then every midterm. That is now transitioning to a 4-time-a-year grade report going home. And in addition to that, if a student is at risk of failing, they're going to catch that midterm coming home as well. But we will not be sending midterms home to all students. So that's a notable change there. I think that's just more of an update with modern technology, right? Like our parents have access to Progress Book 24/7. So if you want an update on your students' grades, you can get it. And, I would encourage our families in our community. If you don't know the login, you don't know the password, I guarantee your building secretary can certainly get that to you. So
I think what you just said is a really important piece. Like, we're not just not sending midterms because we decided we're not doing that anymore. It's because as parents and students, there is way more access to the minute. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad you said that for the public's sake.
Yep.
Roughly what percent of parents and families end up using the Parent Square?
I don't know the answer to that. Parent Square access? All of our parents have access to
all of our
Parent
parents
Square.
utilize Parent Square. Are you thinking of Progress Book where the grades are, or are you thinking, okay.
Might be hard to quantify, huh?
Yeah, that is, I'm not sure. Again, all of our families have access to that. Honestly, sometimes I speak with some parents that they maybe over the time frame have lost their login, but they know that their student can. And lots of times I'll see this, pull it up. And they'll ask their child to get in there and show them. And so there's more than one way for them to get in there and be able to look at those grades.
Okay. Thank you.
The kids can do the same. Students can do the same on their Chromebooks as well. So they don't have to have a mobile device necessarily. Every student has access to their progress book on their Chromebook that we issue them as a district. So parents have, like Superintendent Hurt said, multiple opportunities to be able to view grades.
Okay, thanks.
So that's one change of note. The last one I'd call your attention to was it probably remains a hot topic, and that's cell phones. No major overhaul to our cell phone policy, which we've had multiple changes in the last few years as it pertains to cell phone policy. But sitting down with especially our secondary principals and just discussing, what's it look like in your building? What are the consequences that, we're actually implementing as it pertains to, violations of our cell phone policy. So one of the things you're going to note, and again, I would encourage parents. I know it's just available in our final forms as a click box, but I would really strongly encourage our parents to go in and read these student handbooks. It's just an update to that discipline piece. Just having a year under our belt now of very significant limited access, and what we feel is appropriate consequence on the back end of that. So you'll see some changes as it pertains to the outcomes of student consequences and student discipline for progressive violations of the cell phone policy. So I would encourage parents to get in there and take a look at that. I would encourage our students to get in and take a look at that as well.
Might be worthwhile to look at like year one, what kind of, I hate to say discipline, but that's what it is. Like disciplinary issues did we have with the new cell phone policy, and then compare it after this coming school year, just to kind of see if we need to change interventions or if what we're doing is getting the message across. We know kids are going to be kids and try to find a way. That's human nature, but it'd be just interesting it'd be a nice way to kind of figure that out.
Yep. So those are the major updates to the handbook. You'll see some minor updates throughout, some updated dates and those types of things, and some grammatical pieces. But ultimately, those are probably the bigger pieces that I would like to call attention to the board tonight. So I'll open it up for any additional questions if you have any.
Sounds good.
I think we're good.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
Mr. Boss and Mrs. Abernathy will be sharing highlights and some communication points next week with our administrators when they return. It's going to be August. So the world will start to shake a little differently. But we will then coach up and have conversation with our building administrators next week so that they have the talking points and the language that we'll then communicate to our families about these changes, as far as those progress reports coming home and how can I access my progress book if I don't know how, and just the changes that we want to make sure. But I would just reiterate to our community and our families what Mr. Boss said, that a student handbook is located in your final forms. You have access to that, and we really encourage you to take a few moments and read through that document before you check that box that says you read it. Right. That is all this evening. Would you like me to continue?
Sure. We'll move on to recommendations.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
Item number 1, I would ask that you consider the approval of a contract with Dalton Harp to provide that digital media service specifically to our athletic department.
Can I get a motion to approve item 1, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Lehman. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Nally. Any discussion? I would just like to say, with being involved in the girls wrestling team, Dalton does a phenomenal job. I mean, we see him at tournaments. We see him down at the state meet. He is everywhere. Like, I mean, all of a sudden you scroll through and you see the pictures that he takes and you're like, I was right there and I didn't see him. How in the world did he get? I mean, he seems to get every picture that is the coolest picture that you would probably see. Somehow he happens to get all of them. So what he does for all the athletic teams and everything like that, he's pretty amazing at what he does. I appreciate him doing this. And when you talk to him about it, he just loves to be a part of the kids' lives and taking those pictures for them and their families and stuff like that. So I guess more of a thank you to Dalton, but I appreciate that we're giving him a contract to help us out and stuff. That it's a big piece, I think, anymore. So
I think that the community enjoys seeing those things too, because they often get posted on social media.
right.
So if you can't make it to an event or something, you can see. I mean, he does wonderful work. So yeah.
All right. Roll call, please.
Ms. Lehman,
Yes.
Mr. Nally,
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes. Motion's approved.
Thank you. Item number 2 is a first reading on policy IGDJA. And this is the drug testing of our students for our interscholastic athletics.
Can I have a motion to approve item 2, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mrs. Bloom. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Lehman. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Ms. Lehman,
Yes.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mr. Nally,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes. Motion's approved.
Thank you. The next are some second readings for some policies. These came before you for the first time at the last board meeting. So item number 3 through item number 8 are just a second reading.
Can I get a motion to approve items 3 through 8, please?
So moved.
Motion by Miss Lewis. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Nally. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mr. Nally,
Yes.
Ms. Lehman,
Yes.
Mr. Price. Oh, Mrs. Bloom, I'm sorry.
Yes. I was like, okay. Mr. Price.
Yes. Motion's approved. We did really well on that one, didn't we? I messed up. You messed up. We're doing well. Great.
Okay, well, we'll get better now. We'll keep going.
Yes, please.
Item number 9 are those handbooks that Mr. Bosch shared and highlighted with you this evening for your approval.
Can I get a motion to approve item 9, please?
So moved.
Motion by Miss Lehman. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Miss Lewis. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Lehman,
Yes.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Mr. Nally,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved.
Thank you. Beginning with item number 10, we will move into our staff component of the agenda. We have a resignation as well as some appointments. So I'm happy to welcome Maggie Pate, who will be here at Fremont Middle School upon your approval in our Computer Science Technology Department, and Christina Rothenbuehler here in this building in grade 6 math. We also have some substitutes that are so important for us to continue to do our work on a daily basis. Item number 12, we welcome back Greg Gallagher as our head golf coach for our girls. And then item 13, we have additional coaches that will be joining us. All of those coaches are new to this experience in the district. Item 14, we have a few status changes, and item number 15, conference attendance for Aaron Parker.
Can I get a motion to approve items 10?
I'm sorry, only up to 14.
Yeah.
My fault.
Oh, okay. Yep, you're right. Can I get a motion to approve items 10 through 14, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Nally. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Bloom. Any discussion?
No question. Did we do 3 through 8?
Oh,
Is that? We did do 3 through 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, those all the
Those
second
are all the
reading.
policies.
Okay.
Yep.
Second reading.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that's it.
All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Nally,
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Ms. Lehman,
Yes.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved.
Thank you. Item number 15 now, just the conference attendance for Aaron Parker.
Can I get a motion to approve item 15, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Lehman. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Lewis. Any discussion?
OASPA. What is that?
That is the like HR
Yes.
education group, professional
Thank you.
organization. Dear Lord.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Lehman,
Yes.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Mr. Nally,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved.
Thank you. Item number 16, we have done some tweaking to our athletic event workers payment chart. Just a few little tweaks where we really wanted just to make sure that we were bringing up and being commensurate with other similar pays in the area. For example, we looked closely at our lifeguard payment and wanted to make sure that it was commensurate to what the YMCA was paying and the rec center and other opportunities, just to make sure that we're appropriately paying those individuals.
All right. Can I get a motion to approve item 16, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mrs. Bloom. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Lewis. Any discussion?
Just with the lifeguard pay, again, I disagree with that. I feel that should be much higher based on their level of responsibility when you look at what everybody else is being paid.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Ms. Lehman,
Yes.
Mr. Nally,
No.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved.
All right. Item number 18 is the employee handbook for this coming up school year.
Can I get a motion to approve item 18, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Lehman. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Bloom. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Lehman,
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mr. Nally,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved. All right, moving on to report of the treasurer.
Good evening. Tonight, I have one of my favorite times of the year. Just kind of a review of how our last fiscal year worked out. I'm not going to read the report word for word or anything like that, but there are just some things that I feel is necessary to highlight. As we discussed numerous times throughout the year, our public utility looks lower this year compared to last year. That's really just due to that Nexus pipeline payment we got last year that really inflated that number. So we're actually not significantly lower. It just has to do with that their repayment of back taxes due. We did have increase climbed up to 7.81% increase over last year. We keep expecting to see these interest rates fall, but as of yet, we're still able to reap some of the higher rate benefits. And then our salaries were up 3.27, which is pretty commensurate with what we had forecasted for the year. So that is always something I'm proud of, that we were able to keep within that bubble. Salaries are they're our biggest expense. That's what we do here. We're people business, as Mr. Detweiler would always say. So they are our biggest cost driver. And in this economy, you got to be able to pay everybody and try to keep people as much as possible. So it's always a struggle to make sure we're staying where we need to be appropriately. Transfers out look lower. That's always just something we always look at the end of the year and go, okay, how much if we're looking at carrying money over, how much do we want to save for capital projects and how much do we want to save for severances coming up. So it's always a look at how much we're going to be spending in severance, what we have planned in our capital improvements that we're going to need that money for. So as we decide whether or not to make those transfers out at the end of the fiscal year. Speaking of the carryover balance, since that was such a huge discussion last year and everybody was so concerned where that carryover cash balance would be, as a school district, our carryover cash balance is 20% of our expenses this year. So we're right where when we were looking at legislation last year, that's where a lot of people were wanting that number to be at. The carryover balance shouldn't exceed 20% of your expenses. So even though that's not a rule, I do think it's important to highlight that we are operating in that area. So another thing, just to kind of understand where our income comes from, we currently have a 20 mil residential class 1 millage levy, 20%, or not 20%, 20 mils in a business class 2. We have no emergency levies. Our bond is 4.1. Inside millage is 4.2, and permanent improvement is 0.9 mils. Some of those, especially that bond millage, that can change year over year depending how much we need to collect and make payments. That's an annual conversation I have with the county auditor as to whether or not she needs to change those rates for the next coming real estate collection, depending how much money we have in the funds to make our bond payments. So that's always, that number can change just depending upon how much we need to make our bond payments. This year we had our revenues with the increase in the real estate. The state looked at us and thought we looked like we were receiving more income. So they did decrease how much they chipped into the district. So our revenues, we saw spikes in some areas, but not as significant, because then we saw some decreases in our revenues because of that state formula that kind of balances it out a little bit. But unfortunately, that means we're relying more on local income right now than state income. So,
oh boy. I might keep long.
Which for everybody listening at home, that means we have no control over that. That is the state saying that to us, not anything that we are trying to do.
Exactly.
We would like to have it opposite of that, but
I would love to see the formula do the opposite, where if the state's willing to kick in this much, it would decrease our levy collections this much. Like, but that's my own personal. Yeah, that's
just the treasurer.
That's just my personal opinion.
Can we take it off of our local people and? But
so
good night.
So that's just some highlights from our general fund. I feel like we're operating pretty close to where we would like to be. So I'm going to move to our food service. That is always one that I am watchful with us being full. Is it CCP?
CEP.
CEP. Thank you. CEP, CCIP. I get them all mixed up in my head sometimes. I am happy to report we are still doing very well with our reimbursements from the state and federal government, and to what we do with feeding all the children in the school. We are still pretty much almost breaking even for the year. We're not, I'm not looking at the food service balance and going, oh my gosh, I don't know how much longer we can sustain this. We're sitting really good. So it's still a very viable program for this district. I would have learned how to read further down. Right there, CEP. Permanent improvement, that is what we have on, that's one of our levies. that handles a lot of our larger purchases like school buses, playground equipment, district furniture. If we have to make changes to the whole locking system of the building or slabs of concrete that need to be poured for different reasons. Another purchase we had this year was our box truck that makes deliveries. It all of a sudden just died on us. And that is something that we utilize on a daily basis. We have the central shipping and receiving, and then they disperse things throughout the district. And that's one of our vital pieces of equipment, I would say. That one, we did bring in a little bit more revenue this year than we expensed. So we did have a little bit of a carryover balance in that. Part of that revenue also gets put into our, oh my gosh, it just completely left my brain. Yeah, our maintenance fund for the buildings that we have to have due to the build project with OFCC. So every year we have to move about just under 400,000. It's on a board agenda over into that fund. So that is some of the money that is collected from that PI levy. Athletics, Mr. Burnt runs a pretty tight ship with his budget. So he pretty much, what he brings in revenue is pretty much how much he expends for that year. You can see that in the fiscal 25 and in fiscal 26, pretty much what we bring in is what we spend. And we keep very tight watch when we're making different athletic purchases, whether or not it comes out of that fund or not. Some of our other fund balances, 34 is what I wanted. That OFCC school facilities, we currently sit at a balance of $2 million. That we utilize a lot for service contracts for all these new buildings that we built. And that's also something that we want to make sure we're utilizing, but also make sure we have if something big goes and we have to dip into some extra funds so that we can keep these buildings up to where they need to be, whether it's a major technology upgrade or a system goes down, whether it be, heating, cooling, something like that. And for the size of buildings we have, that can be quite costly. And that fund is specifically only for our OFCC buildings. So like if district office money, anything for the district office wouldn't come out of this. Shipping and receiving building, any athletic facilities, none of those would be covered by this fund. This is strictly for the school buildings. That's just a wrap up of the year. Is there any questions you want me to dig deeper into?
The figures at the end are just so spot on and cute.
Yeah, I did not show my staff ahead of time, and it is now framed in our department.
That's awesome.
Any questions for Megan, or you good? Okay.
That's all I have tonight for my report. So
Yep. Move on to recommendations.
Thank you, Megan.
okay. So I would just need approval tonight for item 19.
Can I get a motion to approve item 19, please?
So move.
Motion by Mr. Nally. Could I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Lewis. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Nally,
Yes.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Ms. Lehman,
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes, motion's approved. All right, moving on to board member communications. Don,
Have nothing this evening.
Sarah?
Just with the start of the school year right around the corner, there's all those beginning of the school year things. So I'll just be my broken record self and remind parents on behalf of the building administrators in the district office to make sure that final forms get completed. Physicals, if your child is in any sport or activity that requires a physical. Immunizations, if that's the thing. And Sandusky County Public Health would be happy to help you with that if you contact them. School supplies and all those things. And I guess the only other thing I would say is that there are a lot of agencies, churches that will help with school supplies. So if you are in need and you have access to, social media, and now is the time where everybody's kind of saying, hey, we're going to have a shoe drive. If you need shoes, come to our church, or, whatever the case may be. So if you are in need of different supplies, we have a lot of social service agencies, our faith-based community, and just generous people who are willing to help. With that said, if you have a little extra and you want to build a backpack for a certain age group, I think you can access all the school supply lists, some of everywhere. I mean, you can go into Walmart, you can get one. I'm sure they're on the district website. So if you have the ability to, assist, I'm sure any school building would accept a donation as such. That's all.
Laura?
I just give a shout out to the teachers getting ready to decorate their classrooms. They always come up with clever, decorative ideas, and I think it's great for them and the students. Obviously, it makes them be at home when they go to school, and it's something for them to look forward to. And so I'm sure there's a lot of teachers out there doing some shopping right now and getting everything ready to go. So that's something fun to do, I know, before schools start. But yeah, kids, just enjoy your time because the party's almost over. It'll be time to get back to school before long.
Way to burst that bubble, Laura.
Yeah, that's what my mother always sang that to me. The party's over. Yeah, every year. Anyways, enjoy your time off. I'm sure they're looking forward to it. When I'm out at community events, whatever's going on, a lot of teachers are excited to get back, and students too. So even though I joke about things, I know they really are excited to come back. So they like new beginnings, new grades, and just new things ahead. So, it'll be here before you know it.
Okay, Lori?
I just hope everybody's enjoying their summer and having a fun, safe time and getting ready for a new school year soon.
Okay. Yeah. Have a good rest of the summer. I'm ready for football season. So we were just talking about it this past weekend. I'm ready to sit down and watch some football on a Friday night. So that'll be here before we know it. So good luck to all the teams and the band and everything else. All that's kicking into full gear now. So fall's around the corner. So I'm ready for that. So, but have a good rest of the summer. So
if I could piggyback real quick on something that Ms. Lewis, when you were talking about school supplies, just a reminder to our current incoming first grade families, our business partner Amcor is again going to donate a backpack for each of our students, our first grade students. So we did notify those families at the end of kindergarten last spring. And Mrs. Abernathy has been running point on that project, and they just recently have had some further communication. And so those backpacks for first grade students only will be available at open house for the students last year. So that's, awesome. They did that last year. That was a new thing for us. So we just want to make sure that we continue to communicate that, because I also know the expense of those school supplies. And we certainly want to make sure that we're trying to get that message out to our first grade families so that they don't spend their dollars purchasing something that they don't need.
Right.
Right. So first grade, it's a backpack full of supplies.
And thank you to Amcor.
Thank you.
Right.
To Amcor.
Thank you.
It's fantastic.
That's awesome.
All right. With that, I'm going to make a motion to move into executive session under item G. Could I have a second?
Second
by Ms. Lewis. Any discussion? Just real quick for the public to know, there will be no board business done after the meeting. We will adjourn immediately following the executive session. Roll call, please.
You motioned. Okay.
Yeah, motion. Sorry.
Did somebody second?
Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah
Oh,
did.
sorry. Man, I messed that one up. Okay. Mr. Price,
Yes.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes.
Mrs. Bloom,
Yes.
Ms. Lehman,
Yeah.
Mr. Nally.
Yes.
All right. We will move into executive session.